What's up, guys? I'm Cooper Yeager, and this is the 4th episode of I Don't Care. And I'm sitting down here today with Hannes and Ami.
Yo.
First off, Happy New Year.
You too.
First week back, 2017. It's going to be, hopefully it's going to be a better year than 2016.
It's a lucky year, apparently. As Don said, prime number.
Yeah.
We graduate this year.
We graduate.
In 154 days, in case you were wondering.
154 countdown starts now.
Started last year.
Started freshman year.
Only 2 more weeks of the semester, though, so that'll be good.
that's good for us. We can't really explicitly say that.
No, we have to keep working hard.
Yeah, no, we'll keep working. Don't worry.
Obviously.
Keep those grades up.
Yeah. All right, so how was your guys' break? Anything interesting going on, or anything that over break? I mean,
I'll be honest. I stayed around all break. I had a lot of supplements to write. When you get to senior year, it can be tough, but it was nice. I actually like staying home over break.
Yeah.
I was talking to some of my friends about this, saying when you're home, it actually goes faster. Because like when you're moving around, you change of scenery and time seems to move a little slower. But when you're in one place the whole time, I think the break moves faster.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I didn't really do anything. I visited some of my friends in school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were still in school. I wasn't. There's this thing that my program, Prep for Prep, makes us do, and you have to come in for 4 days and do leadership stuff. But besides that, I did absolutely nothing, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of I was talking about time moving faster, slower over break. Someone showed me that there's this theory about time that in the first 20 years of your life, they feel just as long as the next 50. So the first 20 years of your life move vastly slower than the next. It's a theory. It's probably not accurate, but
that's interesting.
Do you think? I don't know.
I feel like that makes sense because your life changes so much in the first 20 years of your life.
Exactly.
Whereas after that, it kind of well, maybe for some people it doesn't, but it kind of hits a standstill.
Yeah. Well, you start to fall into trends and stuff.
Yeah, rhythm.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Whereas when you're young, it's you're a baby, then you're a kid, then you're a teenager, then you're kind of grown, but not really because you're 19, and then you're actually grown because you're 20. I don't know. Actually, you're not. You can't do some things still when you're 20.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oops.
Yeah, so, I mean, there was a lot of stuff that went down. Well, not went down. That just happened before the new year. A lot of people... we lost celebrities and stuff. I'm talking about. Any of those or anything else like that? Just cultural stuff.
Robin Williams was 2016, right? Early 2016.
Robert Williams.
Robin Williams.
I think he was.
Yeah.
Early.
I was really sad. I loved Robin
Yeah.
Williams. Good Morning Vietnam is one of my favorite movies. Have you seen?
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
I haven't been in touch with any celebrities dying this year. I've heard about it, but I haven't been really connected or
Yeah.
into any of them. Not to sound bad.
Well, I feel
Does that
so
sound
many
bad?
of them are dying, or at least we're aware of it, and then the next one dies, and then so if you miss one, then you kind of miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's that moment. And Muhammad Ali died.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a big one.
That was huge.
Prince
Died. Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
that's
huge.
sad.
Just sad.
Wait,
Is
bleep
that
that
the
out.
right word?
Bleep that out. That sounds terrible. Cooper said it too. It's not just me.
Yeah, we all did. We agreed.
Yeah.
I feel like there was definitely we're definitely not acknowledging a very important person.
Yeah.
I can't remember though.
There's definitely a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there is every year.
I mean, the thing is, people are saying, "Oh, 2016 was a terrible year for that reason." Plenty of influential people die every year.
Yeah, true.
There were a
I
lot
just
of
think-
reasons why 2016 sucked.
2015
Yeah.
was trash.
That's
On a personal level, though, I mean, I think it's just because we're seniors and this year should have been one of our best years of our lives.
Yeah.
On a personal level, this year was really good for me. But then just thinking about everything else that went on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more
globally, and it was a pretty terrible year.
Personally, it was really good in my personal life.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
current events in like America.
I was
Oh my
thinking about that. I
gosh.
was like you're the person reading
Yeah.
like 2016 is the worst year. And you're like, well, actually, my year was pretty good.
Yeah, no, because I saw everyone was posting like different things like 20 year could like suck it, or like or like 2016 was like the best year of my life. But like, I was like, oh, should I post something, like what should I say, because I have like very mixed feelings about
It's
like,
like, you know what?
yeah,
I'm not afraid to say it a good year. Like that's,
Yeah.
Or was
you
your
can
year
say
good?
that. No, I'm saying I didn't necessarily.
Oh,
Generally.
I feel that. I'm sorry your year was bad.
It wasn't bad.
It was okay.
It was your average
Mediocre.
2016.
Get those all the time.
Yeah.
yeah. So what else is going on with you guys? Are you working on anything, or any projects, or something you want to work on?
So before break, James Nash and I, we started a business this past summer. Some of you may know it.
Monkey
Monkey
Wrench.
Wrench Manual Labor represent.
You want to explain what that is?
Yeah, sure. And this is very much a plug for Monkey Wrench. I'm not going to lie about that.
Yeah,
I'm not being discreet. So James and I, last spring, we were good friends. We spent a lot of time together, and we both decided we didn't really have any plans for the summer, and we both wanted to start a business in some way. We didn't really know what we wanted to do, and then we thought about, like often we'll have like friends or our parents' friends, they need like small thing done at their house, like move a couch or whatever it is.
Right.
So we thought we'd kind of make that idea of small jobs
Right,
for
kind of like a
locally. Exactly.
handyman
It
or
was
something.
an odd job service.
Right.
We'd make that into a business, and we spent a few days writing on the whiteboard, and basically laying out our business plan, just listing like all the types of jobs we could do. And then I started to build our website, and we started working in June, and we got put on this Facebook group called Rye Moms, and that's where we got like all our jobs from. And so that was like the basis for all our work, and we ended up having a lot more work than we were expecting, which was fun and sometimes stressful. But now what we're trying to do, well, before break we wanted to make seasonal t-shirts, like long sleeve tees with the Monkey Wrench logo with a Santa hat. I designed them. It didn't exactly work out. We didn't have the time. It was busy period of time. We thought they would have sold out. It's up to you guys. Now we have the money that we made, and we want to invest it. So that's what we're trying to do now. And that's what
Invest it in like stocks or something to like
so
expand or something.
we wanted to invest like about half of our money in more long-term just investments, so that the goal was to have that money increase in value faster than the rate of inflation, just to get just a low risk.
Right.
And then the other half we were going to try to invest like day to day, more interesting, like higher risk investments. We don't know much about investing, but we thought it'd be fun, and we have that money from the business, so it'd be cool.
That's cool. What's your next step with that? Where do you see it going?
Well, depending on what we each of us end up doing or what I end up doing for school, we probably will do it again this summer. And we're trying to sell franchises to some of our friends so that they could work out of like. I told a friend who lives in White Plains, who I won't name, who worked for us a bunch of times this summer, that we wanted to sell franchises.
Right.
And he wasn't really into it because he's very independent and whatnot. But that's what we're trying to do, so that could be fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And you'll like sell them the name, or?
Yeah, basically we sell the name, and then we would take commission on a certain amount of the money that he makes.
Do you have a copyright on the name yet?
No, we have not trademarked it, which is.
Hop on that.
Yeah, I know. We should before he just starts his own thing.
Yeah.
Monkey Wrench 2.0.
Monkey Wrench. Ami, anything going on? Do you have any handyman work you're doing?
Yeah, I'm also in Monkey Wrench. I'm just kidding.
Could be.
Keep that out. Well, there's like senior term, which hasn't really started yet, but I've been kind of working on it with a group of people. So it's me, Cece, Remy, Anna, and Felipe, and essentially we're like trying to design a whole new upper school curriculum, but like a department, so not mess with all the classes that are already in place, but just add on different classes. And basically they would be centered around social justice or like ethics. Like it would be a wide range of things, so it wouldn't be super boring. Like there's something for everyone. So if you're into sports, like there'd be a class on, I don't know, Colin Kaepernick, or like how female athletes are treated versus how male athletes are treated. And like, I don't know, there's just a lot of space for exploration. We really
For
just
sure.
started, so there's not that much into it. But essentially, it's just the idea that we're a school with like diversity and stuff in our mission statement, but in
Not
my
in reality,
opinion,
yeah.
not in reality. So
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to do and make that our legacy before we graduate. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see where it goes. I don't know.
Do you think it's like manufactured diversity or like not genuine diversity?
At Rye Country
yeah.
Day, I don't know. It's an interesting question. I mean, maybe my response would be a little bit different because I think my relationship with diversity
Sure,
work at
yeah.
Rye is different from most
Mhm.
students. But I think in a lot of cases, it's kind of. I think in a lot of cases, it's kind of, yeah, we'll have this assembly or we'll have this meeting and then like feel good about ourselves because we acknowledge that there's a
Mhm.
problem going on, pat yourself on the back and go about your regular life.
Right.
Whereas a lot of students can't do that because
It is
those are their
life,
realities.
yeah.
Like,
Right.
for example, if you're a queer student at Rye and there's like one assembly a year about people like you, and that's the only time you're acknowledged as a student here, that sucks and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Same
I mean,
for,
just thinking of
I don't know.
ways, we've had, several meetings throughout the years of mass brainstorming of ways to improve the school and stuff like that. And like, I know a lot of other schools, specifically private schools around the nation, are getting rid of APs. And then that opens up just more of a range of new classes to be started, like you're talking about. But also just like taking the pressure off of school has to be this and I have to
Yeah.
do this class. Do you think like something like, what do you think the big change would have to be? Because there will always be certain people that are just here and learning is all that they're here for.
At Rye Country Day?
Yeah, and also just for private schools.
Well, if we're talking structurally, I think the thing that makes the most sense for Rye is, and if people are like so set on APs, fine, keep them for
Right.
11th and 12th. But when you're a freshman and a sophomore at Rye, there are no APs available
Right.
to you in the humanities department, which is where
There's
this
also
would
not
come
a lot
in.
of flexibility in your
Exactly.
freshman. But I think that's because you have certain requirements that you're not going to fill later
Right.
on. Like you're going to take biology your freshman year,
Yeah.
like language.
You're gonna take World
Which
Civ.
is-
Fine.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, it's nice to have.
I mean,
the thing with
and
requirements is like, they're good because they force you to do things that
Right.
you wouldn't necessarily do that may or may not you may not find interest in, but at the same time, the things that you already know you're interested in, you kind of have to take a back seat and maybe wait a few years. So, I don't know. I mean, it's important for us. Like when you're looking at colleges, you're like, oh, do they have, do they follow the core curriculum or do they have
right.
more open curriculum? Like, I don't know. I think it has its disadvantages and advantages.
I mean, do you think instead of, because I know the new thing is that you have to do 3 of the same art courses or 4 just art courses, like do you think maybe one of those or 2 of those should be a mandatory like something of that you were designing on me, like a credit like that, or?
Well, I think me and the people in my group have had different ideas about this, and so I'll just say that this is my personal opinion, not the whole group's opinion, but I personally feel like there are some things in the upper school that we do that we don't exactly need. Like, for example, writing lab. I think obviously it's important to know how to write, but if we replace one of
I don't
those a
think you learn
cycle.
how to write in writing lab.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh, controversial. I didn't say that.
Well, you learn in English class. Like, we've got
True.
amazing English teachers. Like, you
Yeah.
learn in English
True.
class.
I don't know. I just feel like writing lab, that time could be used more efficiently. Peer leadership, some classes obviously are very important. Others, I don't even remember a little bit of what I learned that year. And I think
Yeah.
like that's important to learn when you're a freshman at Rye Country Day. It's like such a bubble here. Not ragging on Rye, but like kind of like it's so homogenous. Like everything seems to be the same in so many cases. I feel like it's important to get an outside perspective. And like if that's not being introduced in the classroom and it's not in the hallways in regular conversation, then where do students get that from? Like
Yeah.
that's so important, but we're not getting it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think students are the ones who have to bring it to the table, which is how things go. Younger people bring about, I won't say revolutionary because it's just high school, but like they bring about change. And so I think it's dope that that's a senior project that we're working on.
Yeah. I think senior projects shouldn't be senior projects. I think kind of the last 2 weeks should be dedicated. I mean, because we don't really do much, anyways, to be honest. But like, because we don't have finals and then APs are over. But I think the last 2 weeks should be everyone in the school should have their own senior project.
Yeah.
Because I think what happens is you have people like Ami and everyone who step up in. I mean, you've been pretty present throughout high school, but I think definitely this year you've stepped up more because of that quote-unquote senior status, and you being able to, you have the opportunity to do something like that, create a course curriculum with those 2 weeks. I think, what if a freshman had that idea? And then think of how, if that person started it in freshman year, they could carry it around for 4 years. If you had that opportunity in freshman year, I'm sure it would already be in the school.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't listen to freshmen as much as we should.
Yeah, we should.
I just know that, like, these conversations are not new. Like, me and my friends were talking about these things, and, well, maybe not in 8th grade, but definitely in freshman year, and nothing happened.
Expands from, like, when you're a freshman, you talk about important things among your friends, and then as you get older, it becomes more and more, you can talk about it with teachers and with administration and things like that. But speaking of senior term, do the video students do their video projects for, I think, honors filmmaking for their senior term usually?
It depends where you are in your status. It's definitely an option you could do.
Yeah.
I'm doing a guided study, so depending on where I am at that point in time, I may continue that. But I'd like to do something different because I've already been doing that all year.
Yeah.
I'd like to, Charlie Katzick-Dale and I have been talking about doing this road trip across the country and kind of doing this whole documenting people. We want to focus on cars and American culture, what the car means to an American, and kind of just going to all different parts of America, poor, rich, white, black, Hispanic, just every makeup, and just go to parking lots and just ask people, like, hey, what does your car mean to you? How did you get this car? And then, like, what do we want? Like, we want to make it a little bit mathematical and, like take a big picture of the parking lot and see, like, add up all the prices of the cars and see how much money, like, the lot is worth. Like, because a lot in, like, the Whole Foods in Westchester is going to be way more expensive than, some Rite Aid in, like, West Virginia, and, like, some mining town.
Yeah.
And then people will also have a totally different reason for a car. And I think cars are just part of American culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I was curious because I will be in Daniel Aklog's short film.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that a lot. I haven't acted in anything in high school, and I wanted to, so I'm finally getting my chance to on the big screen.
Didn't Sharpo do that? Her senior year she acted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, but apparently my character is very fitting. That's what I heard.
What is it?
It's like I think, I don't know too much about the movie, but he told, from what I know, it's a short film it's a comedy, and features me as like the athlete, like whatever, stereotypical, and David is, I guess, the other protagonist, and we go on some sort of adventure.
It's pretty funny. It's very obscure. Like, I'm trying to make him go more and more obscure because I work with him on the process too, but it's I think it will be a great film.
And
sounds cool.
Yesterday, Felipe auditioned for, like, the sidekick role.
Yeah.
So I heard about that.
Oh my gosh.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we always need actors. I'd love more people to do acting that have never acted before. I mean, acting, to be honest, like, acting's not that hard.
Yeah, it's just,
you really just, like, if
we
you
all
play,
have the emotions at some point.
If you play yourself, then, like, you're a good actor. It's really easy to just walk on and just act.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be fun.
I need people for my film. I just had actors back out on me, so.
What is it?
It's pretty serious topics. The name is
I
still
think I read about it.
is in the works, but right now it's called Numbers. It's about this kid who his mother had died just recently, like before the film starts, and his father has become an alcoholic, and he's become abusive, and he's not really there. And his kid James is dealing with it and trying to escape from his dad, and the death of his mother. So he goes to his friend Sam, and Sam kind of isn't really his real friend, but he sees he needs help, so he like passively helps him by giving him alcohol and drugs and trying to distract him, and it becomes too much, and the James character is dealing with suicide, and he also had this gay experience in his past where he's been kind of silenced out of fear, and he's questioning his sexuality. And then at the end, there's this whole scene where James and Sam end up hooking up together, both questioning their sexuality. And then when they go back to school the next day, Sam is completely just ignores James, and he speaks out against him. And then James runs home, and there's this whole scene where he grabs his father's gun, which is just not well protected, and it's just easy for him to take, and he's contemplating killing himself, and then he ends up not, and then going back to the school, and then there's this standoff where he's a possible school shooter, and it kind of ends open-ended, whether like it cuts to black and there's a gunshot and you don't know if James shot himself or if he shot Sam or shot someone else or a cop came and shot him. It's really
sounds like every possible tragic
Yeah.
scenario in one movie.
It's
actually
really
sounds
it's
really
very
good.
it's
Sounds
very
intense.
heavy.
It touches on a lot. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
So,
reaching
like-
out to, I think today after school or this weekend, I'm reaching out to Sandy Hook Promise, which is a nonprofit
Yeah.
Sandy Hook school is where
Mhm.
the mass shooting was a couple of years ago. And I just kind of want their approval and try to get their backing on the film. So at the end, I could have like a little disclosure and say like, this film is supported by Sandy Hook Promise, and like here's a number to call for more info. And then like also like I want to put the national hotline for suicide prevention.
So would it be like a gun safety thing?
Yeah, I mean it's
like against
a
people who's
narrative
carrying?
like drama, but then at the end it definitely takes a kind of a PSA attitude on or theme. But I really like the main thing that I wanted to do was show how someone in high school could get to the point of possibly killing themselves or shooting up a school. So yeah,
That's hot.
it's
and
very
heavy.
heavy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I look forward to watching it.
Yeah, I want to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So anything else going on with you guys? Really, or like not with you, but like anything else you want to talk about? Culture or anything going on? Hopes.
Culture, hopes. I don't know. I mean, obviously, like we're all going to college next year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of us are taking gap
Seniors,
years, but we're all gonna go
Mm-hmm.
to college at some point. I'm pretty sure. And I don't know about the whole reinventing myself, but I'm thinking a lot about, I don't know, just like who I want to be. That sounds so cheesy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I feel like who I've been at Rye is like, I feel like I've had to be a certain person. And like I kind of just want to like chill and be a teenager, which sounds irresponsible because if you know me, you know I'm like mad political, and that's not a part of me that I want to like drop. But sometimes I just want to like relax and chill and not feel like I have to drag somebody for saying something wild, you know. And I
Yeah.
think college is a good time to do
Yeah,
that
no
because it's
doubt.
not such a small, like not that Rye is tiny, but
It's small.
it's mad small.
It's very small.
And like I think it'll be cool to like not know everyone's opinion on every single thing, or like frankly just not care about everyone's opinion on
Yeah.
every single thing, and not feel like I have to like fight when someone says something that I feel is fight worthy. I'm excited. I don't know. What about you, Hannes?
Yeah, I mean, once I get in, I can start to think about what I'm gonna be. I don't know. I feel like you kind of don't. You become what you're gonna be when you go there. Look at the people you're surrounded with. You're always gonna be the same person, but I know what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
matter of like, how do I want to treat certain situations when I'm there? And
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I mean, you don't have. It's kind of like the last opportunity you have to kind of let responsibility fall. To
Well,
the
not
wayside
really
here now and
responsibility.
then.
It's more of like it's the last chance for you to experiment with something, because I mean, you could still do it after college, but there's
Yeah.
a certain pressure where you have to decide a
Yeah.
path and you have to,
Yeah,
pick
it's
something.
almost
But
like
in
the
college,
last point of uncertainty.
yeah,
like,
you could do whatever
after-
you could do whatever classes you want. You could do internships, go on trips.
yeah. No, I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I am too. I think everyone should be.
Yeah.
I'm so ready.
Yeah.
154 days, guys.
So
Someone start
close.
that countdown somewhere.
I don't know. Any other plans for the summer before college? Internships? Anything you guys are looking at, or?
No idea. I haven't gotten that far. with
Yeah.
My plans.
I have.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know yet. It's not solidified, but I'm
Mhm.
thinking about doing a law internship. I signed
Oh.
up for 3. It's like through the program I mentioned earlier, prep,
Mhm.
and so you just sign up for 3, and they hook you up with like whatever one you want getting into.
Mhm.
So there's law, and then my second choice is media/communication, which sounds
Mhm.
like it'd be up your alley. And third, I think, was non-for-profit, and so we'll see what
Mhm.
happens. I'm excited for either one of those. I'm into all of
Yeah, that'd
those.
be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I don't know. I just think there's one thing I was thinking about with Gov Ball Tickets.
Yeah,
I just saw
the
the
lineup
lineup
just
yesterday.
came
It's
out
so
yes,
good.
on Wednesday.
Those
It's
tickets are like
Chance.
$300.
Wu-Tang is performing.
Yeah.
It's $300.
I know. I was thinking about getting them because but I don't know. I'm not gonna. I can't decide.
I have to like see how many people are going.
I
If
also
it's
wanna
like a
see
solid
who's
squad, I'll buy
performing
them.
on what day. Like,
I know.
because I'm a
Yeah.
huge Chance
That's not gonna
fan,
come out for a while.
Right?
So I want to
Same.
see
I'm
Chance.
the biggest. I love.
I saw him at
Chance.
Made in America. Did you see him?
Yes,
I
and I
love
saw
him.
him at the Meadows too. I've seen him
Oh,
twice.
I hate you guys.
I love him.
He's the best. He's so nice. He's just a wholesome guy.
Yeah,
He's so
everything he
nice.
touches is gold, except for the Hamilton mixtape. That was a disappointment. Did you listen to that?
Yeah.
I listened to some parts of
Dear
it.
Theodosia.
I love that song, but he didn't. He didn't
No,
really
he-
change it. But
I like him as a rapper, not a singer.
Yeah.
He's my favorite rapper right now, but I don't like when he just sings.
I want to
feel
see him
about
do
Drake.
some acting.
He
Like,
did. He's in a short film called Mr. Happy.
Mhm.
It's on Vice. You should watch it. It's really it's very good actually.
Yeah,
Such
he
a happy
seems
guy.
like such a cool guy. So
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he is.
I love how he can like talk about anything
He's
and
on
it's well
drugs all the
received
time.
Yeah.
by everybody. That's how you know you're a dope person. If no one's like, oh, shut up, I'm sick of you.
Yeah.
Like he talks about everything.
The
It's
only
fun.
thing that worries me about Chance is he's Kanye's prodigy. So
Kanye's best
Uh,
prodigy.
yeah, exactly.
He's
So,
drifting away from him though.
Kanye's crazy.
Yeah,
Kanye
Kanye's
is.
nuts.
I mean,
so-
Kanye's done, but like I
I don't
don't.
know. He's gonna have a comeback. He's gonna drop it.
I hope
And
so.
Okay,
I'm not
but
I feel bad. I think
convinced.
he has a
Also,
mental
also
illness.
Chance is not dating Kim Kardashian or married to Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, I'm just worried he's gonna go down.
Well, he's already married, isn't he?
No,
has
he
a-
has a baby mama. And now he has a girlfriend, or is it his fiance?
I don't know.
I think the
He always-
lady
he
that
has a
he's
daughter.
with is his.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does.
I'm just like dead that you use the term baby mama. What? I didn't know people really said that.
I guess they do. I know I said that either.
Baby mama. Yeah, he does have a baby mama, I guess.
Mhm.
I think he's with her though. Like it's not. I think it's like his girlfriend or like his wife. I don't know if he's married, but yeah, he's like
He
with
has
her.
a child.
I don't think he'll
Just like Sia.
go
You
down.
can't see her.
Except you can now because she's all
Yeah,
over his Insta.
yeah.
She's so cute.
Mhm.
I feel bad how like he's Kanye's prodigy and like I feel like he's like in a situation where it's like distance yourself from him
Mhm.
or
But he does owe a good amount to him. Too,
yeah, exactly. So it's like must be a hard position to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where. I don't know what he's doing with his next album, but I don't think Kanye's
Probably won't be for
producing
a
it,
while.
right?
Probably not.
Yeah.
He'll I think he'll be featured on it again though. I don't
Kanye?
Yeah, I don't see a situation where he wouldn't be featured like somehow on the album.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Kanye?
As a person, no.
Uh.
but I love Kanye's music.
I have really
Like,
mixed expressions about it.
Graduation, The College Dropout,
Mm.
two of my favorite
That's
albums.
old Kanye.
I know, I like old Kanye a lot.
He's problematic. As
All Falls Down.
That's heck. My bad.
Through the Wire.
He's so problematic. Good music though, but as a person, he's tweaking crazy.
Yeah, he's gone crazy. Inauguration's coming up. I'm sure we're all thrilled about that.
It's what, the
Y'all know
20th?
how I feel.
Yeah.
No secret.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny that no one was to perform at his inauguration.
I think it's like the
I think Kanye's gonna
Methodist-
show
or
up.
not the Methodist, the Mormon.
No.
Like,
Don't say
church
that.
choir.
I think if Kanye shows up, that's the nail in the coffin for his career if he performs for Donald Trump.
Hmm.
Yikes. What do you guys think
it'd be
school's going to
over.
be like after that?
This school?
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, is there going to be a change?
At first, I don't think so.
Good question.
I don't think so.
I know
first.
people are talking
It's
about.
like,
Usually they.
I'm so used. I mean, not used to it, but like everything he does is just unsurprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, the last inauguration they streamed it in Memorial Hall, and I don't think they are this year.
Probably not.
It's just so. Like,
I can't imagine what that'd be like if
such a
they
yikes
did
fest.
Yikes.
It's just a yikes fest. Like, not even talking about Trump's personal politics, but like the way it, like, what it does to like relationships or people. It's, I don't know, interesting to see how it'll carry out at school.
Tears people.
But I mean, people said like when Obama first got elected, like people were going crazy, and they're like, "Oh, he's gonna get shot at the inauguration." Like people were going crazy, like, "Oh, this can't happen." Like, I think it's like a lot of the same hype, but obviously backwards reasons.
Yeah. I think in Obama's case, it was what people were projecting onto him, whereas for this inauguration, it's what people feel Trump is projecting onto like their communities and other communities. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a reversal.
I feel like Rye's so much more political this year.
Yeah.
And like coming
That's
from
good,
me,
though.
like it's always been political, but I feel like it's political so much
There-
more
I
this
think
year.
the-
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the catalyst.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I mean I'll give it to the school, and like I think this year they are listening to us a lot more,
I don't think they
and
have a choice.
I mean yeah, but at the same time like, you know, they could choose not to give us like platforms to speak in Memorial Hall like that, and you know it would maybe just die down, or like that's what they would hope. But I think in its heart this school is doing as much as they can without changing too much and being too dramatic. I think saying that you know they weren't starting in the best place, but I don't think we can make a ginormous jump. But I think it's moving in the right direction, if I could say that. I don't know.
I think we're moving in the right direction, but I don't think we're doing as much as we could be doing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so easy to just do certain things. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even, all right, so you know how I mentioned that we were doing, like, a whole new curriculum for, like, diversity and stuff? One of the classes that were proposed and that we were, like, dead serious about was just how to have conversations with people. And I feel like it's so wild that we're 13 through 19 in the upper school, and people don't know how to talk to each other respectfully. It's
Yeah.
just, like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think that's something that could easily be touched upon. Like, this is a school. What the heck?
It's actually very true. Like, people don't have conversations about politics, people have arguments.
Yeah, exactly.
I've rarely heard two people with opposing views have a conversation where they're open to actually changing their mind.
Jack Matson, what up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like me and Jack, and like, I'm trying to think
Changed.
if there's any other.
No, but I mean that's kind of what like I
Instances.
wanted to with this podcast. Like we're trying to be civil here, and also like politics aside, like I just want to have like people need to have conversations.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go out in the hallways and it's just like, oh, math test, like, how'd you do on that?
Yeah,
Like no,
so
like
annoying.
let's talk about Chance the Rapper. Let's talk about college. Let's talk about, but not college, like scores and stuff.
Maybe
Let's
not.
talk about like fun stuff.
More
You know, like-
philosophical questions.
Yeah,
about
like I just want I think like really everyone should be doing their own podcast or something like it and just talking and
Yeah.
having non classroom conversations.
Yeah, we don't have enough
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that will bring people together and
in a big way.
kind of do that.
I feel like it'd be rocky at first, but we'd get around it.
Yeah.
Just with the whole people not knowing how to disagree with each other.
Yeah, but
It's difficult, I admit
it's an
it.
acquired skill, I think.
But one of the things is
Doesn't have to
people,
be.
like one of the biggest compliments I've gotten about the podcast is people say like, David Vallona sounded so, like he spoke so, like people like, everyone's saying like, oh, everyone speaks so well. Like these kids sound, like my dad was listening to it and he's like, these kids sound so educated. I never talked like that when I was a kid. I mean, I think that has to do with years and
Yeah.
stuff, but like at the same time,
Yeah,
like
you definitely
people
put
can
people in a position,
talk.
Yeah.
It's just
Exactly.
they choose not
Given
to.
the platform, yeah.
Mhm.
We're so smart, no one even knows it. Okay.
I
We all
feel
know we're
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I have conversations like this, I feel way smarter. Ruth said it last time. She's like, I feel enlightened.
Proof.
Yeah, it is.
So nice.
Yeah,
Speak your thoughts.
yeah. All right, I think that is enough time for today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys for
Thank
coming
you so
again.
much.
listen to the next episode. But
Bet.
I want to have juniors on here next time. I want to spread out.
Spread the word.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for listening, guys. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Peace. Awesome. That was so fun.